Much appreciated. We'll begin with Anton, then we'll take questions from the rest of the floor.
Hi, Sarina. Nice to see you. Look, first off, can we start with one of the players that isn't in the squad today, and that's Hannah Hampton. It's the third squad she's not involved with. Can we ask why she hasn't been present?
Yeah, it's actually the same reason as I said in September. Nothing changed. So that's basically what it is.
What is the reason why then? Because in September she needed to sort a few things out. So
she still has to do something personal that I really would not like to comment on.
Is the door open to a return before the World Cup?
Yeah, the door is always open. So when players perform and they perform consistently in club, then they have a chance to make the squad.
Let's talk about players that we will see out in Spain. A little bit of a surprise maybe to see Katie Robinson in the squad. Why have you decided to call her up?
Yeah, she's done well. Well, Sunday was not the best game, but over the period she's done well. She's done well with the under-23s. She has some qualities that she's shown, and we really would like to see her in our environment at the top level, and to see what she can bring and if she can compete with the players that she in her position.
She's very young, very inexperienced in terms of number of games as well. What is it about her game that you like?
Yeah, she has speed. She wants to go forward. She comes behind the defense all the time, and she's goal-oriented, and that's what we want to see in the position where she would come to play.
Obviously, we've seen Maya Letitia in the squad for the first time as well. A lot of people were sort of asking for her to be in the last squad. Why is it you've decided to bring her in this time?
Yeah, well, this period we have a couple. Well, we have now about 8 months to get prepared for the World Cup. What we want to see, okay, where are the young players now? And Maya has done really well. We under 23s. She went to a new club, right into to Man United, and so are a couple of more young players that are doing well in their team and in the under 23s. And this is an opportunity to give them and to show what they can do in our squads, and hopefully they can compete real quickly, and that gives us some headaches to make to make decisions. So yeah, we think this is really a good period to do that, and yeah, hopefully she was really happy, and she will do well.
You mentioned the headaches. How difficult a decision was it to leave out Jess Carter and Demi Stokes?
Well, that's always difficult. With Jess, we had the conversation. After the Euros, she's really trying to get some more freshness and has to get back to being real fit how she was. So we had the conversation, and I think at this time it's better to stay at club and to get fully back her fitness and freshness. And with Demi, yeah, that's hard. She's she's been with the team for such a long time. But I want to see now other players in defense, younger players, talented players, and see how that goes and how that competition will go in the future.
But we have seen Jordan Nobbs called up again. You almost set a challenge to her, I suppose, to go and get minutes and improve her form at Arsenal. Is that the reason why she's back in the squad?
Yeah, I think she has, like in our squad, she was competing for the squad. Well, for the Euros, it was very disappointing, of course, and she didn't get minutes. Last year, she didn't get very, very many minutes either. And yeah, to compete for this team and not having built lots of credits over the last months, you need to play, you need to show. And as we have seen now, things can change very quickly in top sport. So she played minutes, she did well. So yes, she took the opportunity, and that made us pick her.
Finally, for me, the number of players, sort of the pool of players you're picking from is growing bigger. We've spoken a lot about player welfare previously. Would you like to see at the World Cup 26-player squads? As we will see with the men in the summer, in terms of parity and also to protect the players.
Yeah, I think that was a discussion last week in New Zealand. I support that. I'm not sure if we can really protect the players from injuries. That's what we're trying to do. But I think the calendar is so congested that players hardly have any rest. So we're talking about player welfare all the time. I think we all have to do well. We all have to figure out and collaborate. I think UEFA, FIFA, also federation clubs, how we could do a little better job for the players, because we want all the best players at the highest level. That's where people come to the stadium to get to see the best players. I think what we've seen now in the Euros, like with still COVID around, hopefully that will be better next summer. But some teams were really struggling with players being available for games. I think when you have 26, you can take care a little bit in preparation too, and in the tournament too. Not saying that you get less injuries because there's so many games, so many consecutive games if you follow in the tournament, but at least you have more opportunities with more players. And for us, coming from this continent, going all the way to the other side of the world, it's good that more players can adapt to that climate and adapt also with travel.
Thanks, really appreciate it.
Thanks, Anton. Take questions from the floor. Yep, Tom.
Hi, Sarina.
Hi.
Can I just ask one more question? What Anton was asking at the start about Hannah Hampton. Have you been able to speak to her since the September camp? And if so, how is she taking the decision not to be part of the squad at the moment?
No, I haven't spoken to her myself. We have made a plan, and it's now she's at club. She's taking care of that, and we are supporting, and that's where we are at right now.
Thank you. And on a completely different topic, I noticed again there's still no place in the squad for Steph Horton, and I guess some people might be thinking, well, Leah's injured, there's no Jess Carter, so perhaps this might have been a camp when she might have come back in. What does she have to do to get back in your squad? And is there any hope of her going to the World Cup?
Yeah, I had a conversation with her. I think now she's not ready to compete or ready for us in the squad, which she obviously wants. She really needs minutes to show and get consistency. And yeah, we'll see how. Because I can't look in the future. I think at the moment it's really hard with having the team now, the players she's competing with, and also now, as you've seen, we have young players coming in who are doing really well too. But that's at this moment the situation for her.
Thank you. And if I could just ask one more, Marla Tissier, how impressed have you been with her form and particularly the 5 clean sheets that Manchester United have had?
Man City's doing well. So next Sunday is going to be a really exciting game too. But yeah, she made the move. She's doing well. I think for us, she will come in and we'll see how far she's in our team. And we know she has a little versatility too. She played a right fullback. She plays defensive midfielder. Now at Man United, she played most of all centre back. But we're just going to give it a try in training sessions in a couple of positions.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Tom.
Hi, Sarina.
Hi.
Katie Robinson this time, Lucy Parker last time. Like, how important is it for you to get some of these players that people haven't seen in an England shirt before in the camp and in the environment to see how they cope with it?
Yeah, well, unfortunately, Lucy Parker was not allowed to train at all because she was injured when she came in. So we have to wait, and she takes a little more. She needs a little more time. I think it's really good for the players. Well, first of all, it starts with performing. They're doing well. They're performing well. These players come also from the under-23, so we have, of course, a collaboration with the under-23s, and we have the reviews all the time. And it's very good for them to come in our environment and for us to see, okay, where are they at this moment? Are they really competing for selection for the next time too? Or do they need a little more time? And the best thing you can see, well, watching games, but also have them in their environment and let them train. And some of them also play with the best players of the country. And probably they're part of it now. And see if they can do that next camp too.
And you mentioned there that obviously they've come from the under-23s and you work closely with them. One player who hasn't played for England at any level, Ashley Neville, a lot of people saying that, oh, when is she going to get an England call up? Why isn't she getting a look in? What has she got to do, and is she being watched?
Yeah, as I said, we watch all the players. She's at different positions now. So last year she played more as a fullback. Now she plays a little higher on the pitch. I think at the moment she's doing a real good job at Tottenham. I do think at the moment we choose other players. I think at this moment they're better.
Thank you.
Thanks, Susie. Yep, we'll go to that.
Hi, Sarina. Obviously, Leah's injured, so I was wondering how impressed you've been with Lotta's performances for Arsenal and how that's going to sort of translate into her England performances.
Yeah, well, that's the same like at Arsenal with Jordan. So Lotte came in. We had discussions. She was on the standby list last camp. She really needed minutes because she's also with us competing to make the squads. She needed to develop a little more to get more minutes in our squads. I think what you can see is she's grown a little bit in confidence. Now she's playing the minutes, and she needs these minutes to grow. She's still a young player, and we talk a lot about football when she's with us, and hopefully she will take the steps, and minutes help.
And for the players like Lotte and Jordan, is it minutes that they need in order to be in contention for the World Cup squad? Is it that consistency that they need?
Yeah, I think so. Well, minutes are important for us, but it's not always black and white. So when you play all the time and you have a short period of time that you get a little less minutes, then you build some credits. But when it takes a very long time and you need that rhythm to perform at your highest level, then it's gonna, of course, it's gonna harm you. It's gonna be tough for you. But it also has to do with who are your competitors on your position in our squad. So yeah, when we have so many players to pick out, then it's gonna be really hard. So it's not black and white, but it's it is an important thing to play every week.
Thank you, Sarina.
Thanks, Megan.
You're welcome.
We'll go to Phil at the back, please. Thank you.
Cheers. Hi, Sarina. I've got questions about two Chelsea players. First of all, Fran. I think she's missed 4 of the last 5 Chelsea games because of illness. I just wondered how she was as far as you're concerned and having been included in the squad.
Yeah. I really want her to be in the squad, so that's again, she didn't have that many minutes, but she plays a lot for our team. She has had a very important role. She has been ill. After that, she played, and now she wasn't available for this camp. She's on the list. Hopefully, she'll get back. She'll be assessed right now, and then hopefully she'll progress this week, and she's ready to come in for camp.
And the other player is Lauren James. Obviously, she scored a couple of goals at the weekend. How excited are you about the form we're seeing? She seems to be getting better and better.
Yeah, well, it shows she has consistency now, and she plays. She gets lots of minutes. She's fit, and you can tell she's enjoying the game. So it's really nice to see her. But also because last year she was injured. The year before at Manchester United, she didn't play that much because of some injuries. So it's really good now that she can train, she recovers, she plays, and then yes, she has some qualities.
That's great.
Thank you, Phil. We can take a final question if there is one. If not, we'll wrap up there. Cool. Thanks ever so much for your time.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.